was lying about somebody's authenticity or their origins so that they would be able to put them on the list and treat them like they treat anybody else. This people been doing this, I feel like, for centuries. You know, I was just thinking about hunters and gatherers because that was something that was here in America at one point in time. Sometimes the women hunted and gathered, and sometimes the men did because they were all American back then. They were all from separate tribes, but they were all American back then. And I seen something on my post. The first thing I seen today on my post is usually sticks with me throughout the day. And I know it's some rhyme or reason to it, but it says no man want to be around, keep on being around a broke. Wait, the first song I got was Sex on Fire. That resonated with me anyways. I think I listened to a couple songs. So this, it gave me two things. That these people are, quote unquote, saving these men from relationships that they ruined sexually or they didn't even provide sexually. But they've been in that relationship for a long time. So offering these men some reason to go out and have sex freely, we won't tell. And so they're not worried when they're doing this. Getting them hooked on the sex of this other woman or this other thing or this foreign energy. And then dogging out the woman that they were with after they're done robbing this person from years of a relationship. From their youth, from their childbearing years, these things. It's usually the same women that went into these fake marriage conspiracies with these men, whether they knew it or not. So, or the women that know how to steal, or these are men that have penises that are acting like they're women, and they have the same mindset and they can get into the same clubs as these men do. So it's kind of like a man-on-man thing. So no matter how snatched the wig is and makeup is, it's still a fucking man. And so the mind of the man works different than the mind of the... So when it's not equally yoked, when the man is using his mind to fuel the woman and the woman is using hers to fuel the man, then what do they become? Especially if that's a relationship or a relationship dynamic and a business dynamic. Who speaks for the woman? Because it's easy to get in a club of men that know how to destroy women or turn them into remote control Stepford wives or something like this and act cocky. But you didn't even do that on your own. And these women have to stay and survive alone, whether it's a single mother or if it's one of these people that have been singled out or removed from the family dynamic in some kind of way. So I was thinking about that. I was like, well, yeah, most of these women that you're talking about. Hold on one second. Come this way. Go the other way. Most of these women that they're talking about were not broke when they met them. No, I'm just talking, and it's facing a whole other direction. But I got to say what I got to say. So I was thinking, well, most of these women, I was like, it's close the door. Okay. So I was saying, it says a lot about the men. That's what I'm doing. There's two different dynamics here when it comes to getting justice, when it comes to law, when it comes to rules, when it comes to something like this. Because I'm thinking, what does it say about the men? Back when we were talking about bands, clans, whatever, they got gangs and shit like this now or whatever. What does it say about the men? If the woman was abundant and vivacious and when you met her, okay? And she was abundant financially even. She might have had financial backing or a dowry or something. And this knowledge that we're talking about it may be familial based. It may be cultural. It may be something else that they're missing. Because we all went, in America, you all had to go to school, public school, or you went to private school, or you went to home school or something. So that type of education, we all have at least that. And we know that once you leave high school, 9 times out of 10, if you think back 5 years after leaving high school, you don't remember shit that you don't use nothing or remember shit that you learned in school. If you work at a bank, you better know how to count, or that might have been one of your strong points. If you work with communication, you know what I'm saying? This language arts or something like this. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing for everybody. Damn near. So this knowledge that they're talking about, if these women are being raised around prominent men, wealthy men, or under the guide or under the house of these men, And these men have the knowledge and the women don't have the knowledge, but other foreign women or other women that come and lay down in the bed with them have the knowledge, right? Or and their children have the knowledge, and their men have the knowledge, and their women have the knowledge, but the man didn't give the knowledge to his main house or his main female or his main bloodline or his main something. There's a problem with that. And if she was abundant when you met her, the reason that you cleaved onto that woman is because the abundance that whether she herself was a child of God and was oblivious to what type of finances or what type of abundance or what type of finances, because we're talking money, okay, and then we're talking the abundance, what is character, the things that's been built into the woman that makes somebody a good woman or a good wife or a good something, okay. If these men have been able to come up and leave these women down, or if these men met these women and they were abundant and financially stable, then why is she not that same? Why didn't you spend none of the money with her, on her? Why you didn't build nothing with her, but you was building outside of the house? And then why is that woman left desolate with knowledge, financial, and abundance when you gone? Why you got 1 foot in her house and 1 foot out the door at a hotel room calling in these bitches from these cliques or these men from these cliques to go and give your good loving to? So that's what I'm saying. There must have been something that these people was restraining. It's almost like grooming someone. Like some of these relationships are starting to make me think like some of these marriages that we got into, it was a grooming. It was like about a ritual about grooming. I am. It was about stripping a woman instead of building her up. It was never about building her up. So I think that it says a lot about the men. If you can get in doors that she can't get into, even if you can't speak it to her, even if you can't speak what you learned in those doors. And some of these men knew that the information was from these women, their attachment to these women. Other than that, you wouldn't have had access to these type of men with this type of knowledge. So it's fucked up on the forefront or on the home front when it comes to the father and the spouse. And that's what I was picking up on. There's a heavy thing of these father and spouse either building businesses with each other, being jealous or envious or discriminating against a woman in general, which is their daughter and their wife, or these are lovers. This is that other dirty side of Islam or something like this, where they don't really, they have all these women to preserve them and keep them, to reserve them and keep them from being with other men in other situations, or where they can get the knowledge that they need to grow. And they have all these wives, so nobody else can get the wives, but you're keeping them covered and you're keeping them smothered and you're keeping them closed in. Now, we think about Islam, but there could be people that are not, you God's daughters, say these are the daughters of Zion. They cannot make you put on the hijab. They cannot do certain things, but what they can do is join some kind of group outside the home that will give them all the tools and get another woman outside the home that will hold the money and hold the accounts and take the business ideas or the thoughts that that man with his main female is having and bring it to her, because she can get herself, or him, because he or she can get themselves in doors that you can't get into. And the relationship turns into you being like some kind of puppy at home waiting for some crumbs to be set on the table. Okay? While somebody is building your nation with another bitch outside the house, which is treason, it's Jezebel spirit. These are all of these other things that they call women that sleep around in the Bible. That's what you are. The whores. I'm going to have to go through the Bible and collect these terms that they use, but it's something to start with an S. There are other words that they use to try to talk about women that are sluts or sleep around or something like this. Or what they call it, not idolatry, but damn, why is it not it's something on the tip of my tongue? A cheater, basically. You get what I'm saying? So they wait to they it's like they strain these women, or they make these women uninterested in anything doing with this man, but they stuck in this marriage so called because they can't get married again. But we somewhere else. We in 2025 now. Okay. So that they can take that, so that the woman, because she's going to naturally go look for that somebody that's treating her like a man or in that kind of masculine energy with her or over her, and then she's going to be a whore. There's no getting around it. Well, I mean, if you don't give a fuck about what people say like me, then it wouldn't matter. But I'm just looking at the psychology of the thing. I'm looking at the structure of the thing, the dynamic, and how much something has changed. Because we have to look at it and say, what, are these not our men anymore? Are these not our women anymore? Are these not our people anymore? Are these foreign intelligence? Are these foreign rules, laws? Is this foreign subjugation? Is this war? What is this? If you can't even take care of the first, if you didn't build nothing with the first person in the main, if these women are looking into a relationship and they see that you didn't build nothing with the main female, and she's the one that had more abundance, and these women are usually jealous of that woman because her abundance and her financial stability, the backing, because they can see it from the back end and you can't. You jealous of her. Hold on one second. All right, see you later. These women, these women, I'm not saying it. See you later. Love you too. Most of these women have some kind of, from these villages or from these counties or from these cities or from your childhood, they were always jealous of that woman in the first place, and they was waiting like a little mangy dog at the end of the table to wait until something in the relationship dropped so they can get a chance, or drugging these men or manipulating them or using MK Ultra and shit on them so that once they drop the ball, you will be the one sitting there to start catching the food in your mouth. So that's just what I be thinking about, like, bitch, please. Because you talk about somebody, if what I'm saying is not educated or knowledge being dropped, then I don't know what the fuck is. And that's what I'm saying. Or these men have these women sitting here servicing or speaking or dropping jewels or whatever all day, but don't give her acknowledgement. You will take that jewels that she dropping and go share it with this bitch that you about to go stuff your dick down her throat. You get what I'm saying? Because you done screwed it up, and she can, and the real woman with real abundance and the real abundant nature can smell the nasty bitch on you. Even if you just at work and you on your way to thinking you about to start fucking with that bitch, she can already smell the intentions. So she don't want you nowhere near her. This ain't no regular bitch. These is nasty, stinchy, 80-year-old witches that look 40, that's sitting here waiting for another woman to grow up and come to her womanhood so you can steal from her. Her essence, her magic, her soul, her nature, her abundance. The so-called man that you seen not give nothing to his woman when you knew he had so much to give from the back end, and you seen him not give to his woman and children until maybe they got kidnapped outside the house and put on somebody else, or they got sent into the house of one of these other women and turned to a slut or trafficked around like some slut. And you watch this whole thing happen as a third party, and you call that a man? Bitch, please. And that's a man? Bitch, I'm more of a man than that nigga is. To stand and fight even when the shit is crumbling or something like this, not go run to some safe, run to another nigga, a group or something like this, like, save me. Oh, save me. I'm not using my beauty or something like this. I'll strip my beauty. I'll strip my beauty down. I will start looking raggedy and everything to prove to you it ain't about me shaking my ass. It ain't about me giving no ass up. It's going to be about my mind. It's going to be about the knowledge that I kick. You understand? You ain't going to have no choice but to look at my brain or the way I think. And again, most motherfuckers going to try to take that and put it into something of themselves and take all of the accolades for what that particular woman did. This is like, I don't know, I'm just getting Madam CJ Walker. Hold on, what the hell? I'm getting, I'm getting Madam CJ Walker, but it's not like, we're not selling a hair, I don't even think I got the card. We're not selling hair crack. What the hell did I do with it? Hold on. No, it's like, maybe it's in here. It's like, what kind of fool is stealing something from a life force and not feeding it back because you needed to look like you wasn't able to build with this person, that you had to go out and get somebody else to build with, so you don't look like a fucking trifling ass thief and a child trafficker. You see what I'm saying? And because of your ego, or the woman hurt your feelings, or she did go out there and get what the fuck she need because she feel like she a king too, bitch, and that's why you picked her. And then you get your ego hurt, or she get to running her mouth about what the truth is, and then you want to abuse somebody. Instead of running along and doing what you're doing, you want to try to abuse somebody mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. I don't know what the hell happened to that card. I'm gonna have, hold on one second, y'all. That's gonna irritate me.